Hello, crypto YouTube, crypto family. This is Crypto Farang, pre-recorded from Thailand. If you haven't had a chance to do so, please hop on over to Twitter and follow me at Crypto Farang. And as a reminder, I am not a cryptocurrency expert, a blockchain specialist, or a financial advisor. I'm just another digital asset maniac making YouTube content. So as always, invest at your own risk. Welcome back to the channel. If you had a chance to catch yesterday's video, what the hell is a farang? Well, I'm a farang, a crypto farang, and I'm doing my best to bring regular, relevant YouTube content. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's take a quick look at the market at 2:36 p.m. on a Wednesday here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a pump after a retracement. XRP is on an absolute tear, almost 28 cents. And VeChain also doing very well the last few days, 0.0064. So I'm very happy to see this price movement, and it's appropriate that we'll be talking about XRP today. A couple articles. And so first, we have an article from the Daily Hodl. XRP volume flips Bitcoin on crypto exchange Bitso as Ripple gains traction in Mexico. The article basically goes to outline the fact that the volume is due in part to Bitso's partnership with Ripple. The exchange facilitates Ripple's XRP powered cross-border payment solution called On-Demand Liquidity, assisting money transfer giant MoneyGram in moving 10% of its daily transaction volume between Mexico and the US. And so this is no small order of business to see XRP flip Bitcoin on Bitso. And if you've been following Ripple MoneyGram news or not, basically the bottom line is this. MoneyGram is really anxious to increase the actual use of XRP for its cross-border remittances. We are still in the early stages. It's still only 10%, and this is very exciting to see the increase in volume, and I know that we're just going to see that increase is going to grow, and we're going to see even more volume with XRP, I think, in the very near future. And so for any Bitcoin maximalist or any altcoin maximalist out there that thinks no one's going to use XRP, there's no real-world XRP use case, well, I think you're wrong. Moving on to the next article, and this is from Crypto Potato. Never used this site before, but there's been a lot of discussion in the space about some commentary from the BITMEX CEO. BITMEX CEO calls Ripple dog blank and adds XRP perpetual swap contracts to BITMEX tomorrow. The largest cryptocurrency derivatives exchange, BitMEX, is launching a new perpetual swap contract pair to its platform. Starting tomorrow, users will be able to trade Ripple XRP token against the USD with leverage. Okay, so having been exposed to and interacting with digital assets for, well, a relatively long period of time, I still had to educate myself on what exactly does this mean, perpetual swap. Futures, shorts, longs, perpetual swaps, this stuff is either over my head or a little too rich for my investment ability, let's say at this point. So I did find just a quick description. A perpetual swap contract means that there is no date in the future at which the contract expires and must be settled. The buyer never actually has to buy, and the seller never actually sells. What keeps the price in line with the underlying asset? Why trade at all? A perpetual swap market is maintained in value by requiring each trader to hold enough of the underlying asset to cover their orders. Note that while there is no actual exchange of US dollars, each trader must have said asset, XRP in this case, in their account in order to purchase a futures contract position. This gives the underlying market inherent value, as there is something to base it on even without the asset swap. Okay, so again, this is a little too advanced for my investing abilities at this point, but I think that basically what it's saying is that once the agreement has been made, whether the trade actually takes place, because the underlying asset has to be held, physically held and physically transacted, at the time of the swap, or it's intended to be transacted at the time of the swap, that is going to help increase the value of said asset. And so I think that's why we are seeing this really exciting price movement from XRP right now. Did we make 28 cents? Let's have a look. No, not quite yet. But to go back to the article and to go back to what was mentioned by the BITMEX CEO, I think it's important to acknowledge the actual tweet. And let's not take it out of context, which I have a habit of doing for sure. Let's take a look. So I retweeted. To be fair, he didn't explicitly call XRP dog blank. Is it Ripple? Is it XRP? Is it dog blank? Who knows? Who cares? It's worth more than zero, so it's time to trade. Rather than this being an attack on XRP, I think it's more a commentary on the narrative around XRP in the space. We've got the XRP army, hardcore XRP to the death. Don't you dare say a bad word about it. And then we've got a lot of people in the space that think XRP is a joke, Ripple's a scam, the whole shebang. I think it's more a commentary on that narrative that in the space there are a lot of different attitudes about XRP. I think if you look at the exact tweet that was sent out by this guy, Arthur Hayes, he's not saying specifically that he feels this way about XRP. And so that's how I choose to interpret it. And so, hey, if you watch this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. That would be awesome. So, if you haven't done so already, please like and please subscribe to the channel. And as a reminder, please treat others the way that you'd like to be treated. And remember, crypto hindsight is always 20/20. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.